All right, it's been a little while since I did one of these my little podcast things. I had an Android phone for a while, and I couldn't do the podcast with that. But now that I'm on the iPhone platform, I'm thinking, well, hey, I could do these now. And I had this just random question come up in my mind the other day, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna rant about that next time I'm driving. So I am in the car right now. I am driving, and for anyone that is safety conscious or worried about me multitasking while driving, the phone is sitting on the passenger seat, and I'm just talking as if you were a passenger in the car with me. So I apologize for the low fidelity of the audio if that is the case, but safety first, as they say. So here's my question, and I'm hoping that maybe it might get some comments on this, but when you go to a drive-through, okay, let's say you're going to Dairy Queen, okay, and well, just so happens I came up with this while I was sitting in line at the Dairy Queen. So the Dairy Queen that I happen to go to has a very small drive-through area. So imagine the building is right here, and then there on the side of the building is the single lane where you go and do the drive-through, and it doesn't curve around anything. It's literally you turn left to go towards the drive-through. There's a little menu board where you place your order, and then maybe there's one car length between you and the pay window. Then there's the pay window. So it's not a very big drive-through. So often on busy days, the cars would line up coming down the drive-through lane, which is only holds about three cars, and then go to the sort of the left if you're looking at the building, curve to the left in front of the building, and then further back there. Now the parking lot that it's in also permits approaching the drive-through lane from the other side. So normally, if you were in the normal line to get to the drive-through, you'd be turning left into the drive-through. I hope this makes sense. I'm trying to be as descriptive as I can. Um, so I'm sitting in line, uh, about four cars back from the window. So there's the window, there's a car, then there's the car that just ordered, then there's me right behind them, and I'm about to make the left into the drive-through. So the Dairy Queen's on my left. Two cars come in from the opposite direction. So they are facing me and the rest of the line of people, and they're waiting in line to turn into the drive-through. But there are five other cars behind me. So here's my question. If you were standing in line physically, just with people, and someone else walks in and they want to get in line, if they try to cut, usually somebody would say, hey, the line is here, got to get the back of the line. Does the same thing apply to drive-throughs? As in, if it is physically possible for cars to get to the back of a line of other cars to go through a drive-through, wouldn't it make sense for all the cars to get in line in order of when you got there to the drive-through? Because I've seen this happen in a few places where that doesn't seem to be the case. It seems like people just get in line at the drive-through based on whenever they arrived and wherever they just happened to be, regardless of how long other cars may have been waiting. They just pull in as if it was their turn, even though they're cutting off five or six more people, waiting. So I'm curious to see what you think. Because if you ask me, I think it definitely applies. A line is a line, whether it's people sitting in cars or people standing at a counter. A line is still a line, and there's still a certain level of uh, what's the right word? Not decorum, but um, courtesy. A good certain level of courtesy to where you shouldn't cut people off just because it happens to be convenient with the way you entered the parking lot. The parking lot where the Dairy Queen is does allow people to drive around and get in line at the back of the line, not cut in line just because it's convenient. So I think, I'm sure there are drive-throughs out there where this is not possible, and you come in from one area and the only option you have is to merge into a single drive-through lane. But if it is at all possible, I think it makes perfect sense for cars to, people in cars to keep that same level of courtesy and don't cut in front when it's not your turn. So that's my topic for today. Just wanted to see what you guys think. Post some comments below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this, and I'll see you on the next episode whenever it is I do this. But I am writing a lot more, so please feel free to subscribe to the blog. You'll get email notifications usually the next day after I've put a post up. So I just wrote a post today. It's July 4th, by the way, so happy Independence Day to my fellow Americans. But you'll get one email the next day with whatever blog posts I put up. So please feel free to subscribe. I'd love to have you. And if you have any other feedback or suggestions for a post or anything you'd like to hear me talk about, by all means, feel free to comment about it below or send me an email, and I'd be happy to hear from you. So thanks very much again. Have a great day.